So what, should I just sit like this? Kind of.
Sit however you like.
Alright.
Dodge, 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 dodge. Dodge, please, please, dodge, 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 please, dodge, dodge.
And that's really bad.
Purely based on the architecture, probably want more cats. Cats is a bit like a barracks. It's not very nice, really. So.
I think I'm going to have to say Teddy Hall, because I live right by the bridge in Woohoo, and you can just see hordes of them coming, and it's always Teddy Hall. They're always shouting things about being from Teddy Hall. So I think I'm going to have to say that. They keep me up at night.
Is it bad if I say Christchurch? Is that everyone's least favourite? No, I don't mind Christchurch, but I'm a bit jealous of it, yeah.
I think it should be Christchurch or Malden, because I think that they both produced the largest number of Tory voters. So I think I really have no objection to the people I've met from there, but for political reasons, I think they should be my least favourite.
Maybe because Mansfield's the poorest, maybe St John's because it's the richest.
Green Templeton, because nobody even knows that it exists, and so it's not doing a very good job as a college, really, I think.
Keyboard.
Well, the fact that it thinks it has to have any is kind of mildly ridiculous in its own right, I think.
It's taken me a really long time to get used to the fact that a week starts on a Sunday. Just like ingrained kind of years of like, no, it definitely starts on a Monday.
It's far too much grass that you can't walk on. I find that constantly annoying.
I heard that once in All Souls, to get in you had to be able to serve blancmange over your shoulder, but I don't know if that's true or not, or if that's a complete lie.
Oh, probably matriculation. Like whenever I try to describe it to anyone outside Oxford, they always like, what on earth is that? Which is fair enough.
Do you know the clock ceremony in Merton? Basically they walk around the quad backwards drinking port every time they change the clocks. I think it's quite a new one as well, so it's quite ridiculous.
I would say probably pennying. No, actually no, it's not. It's got to be jumping off the bridge at May Day.
It's probably wearing a hat that you can't. You have to take them along to the exams, but you can't actually wear them unless you have been graduated, or else you get fined. I think that's pretty absurd, even in the annals of Oxford University.
I reckon bodcart, because according to my little sister, a bod is a nerd, so she's got some ammunition right there for me.
Do you know dodge instead of dodgy at the union? So you'd say that election was really dodge as opposed to dodgy, and it's, that gets on my nerves actually.
Revising. I'm not even sure that's Oxford slang, it's probably just British slang, but the first time we were having collections, I guess there's another bit of an annoying one, but the first time we had collections, because, you know, having been schooled in the States for all 18 years of my life, someone said I need to do revising, and what that means to me is to look at an essay that you've already done, rework it, improve it, and then hand it in again. So I was like, oh shit, you know, I'm going to rework all my essays, I don't know what to do, and they're just like, yeah, I'm revising this, and I was like, you can't actually revise a book, you know.
Bogan is basically like an Australian word for chap, but it's come into the parlance of some of the Oxford circles in which I moved.
Collections, just because they're really confusing, and then it also means that because the nature of Oxford is you get so absorbed into everything, and so you start using like those terms to other people, and you can't really explain why they're called collections either.
It's got to be plodge. I hate that when it's a porter's lodge.
Well, it's not Oxford slang per se, but Cambridge. In Cambridge they call tutorials supervisions, and they shorten this to supos, which I think is just the most revolting word in the history of the world.
The most annoying Oxford slang, probably sub-fusk, because I was doing an access day with all these kids, I think they were 13 or 14, and they'd come through to visit Mansfield, and I was reading out a quiz, and one of the questions was, what would you be talking about if you were talking about sub-fusk? And I read it out and said, what would you be talking about if you were talking about sub?
Dodge, 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 dodge.